Hey, this is Mr. Jarvis with homework help for Monday, March 18th, and we're working with fractions here, and we're going to be working with least common denominator. So those are finding multiples, least common multiple between two numbers, and that's going to being able to do that will help us find common denominator. So the multiples between 15 and 6. So I always start with the larger number, and as soon as I get to a multiple that's divisible by the smaller number I'm looking for, I found my common multiple, my least one. So 15 is 1 is 15. 15 is a multiple of 15. 30, 15 times 2 is 30. Is 30 divisible by 6? It is. If I kept going, I'd get to 45. I didn't even need to do that. I think I found it. So let's go ahead and see if I missed any 6. 12. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 4 is 24. And I just keep going. 6 times 5 is 30. And I got it. There's my least common multiple between 6 and 15 is 30. So you can go ahead and write that in here. Let's go to another problem. Let's skip on down and put this into action. I'm looking at C from number 2. And I have to see which is larger, 5, 6 or 11/14. In order to do that, I need to find a common multiple. First, I can kind of look and see if there's a obvious answer without doing any of the figuring here. 5, 6 is pretty close to 1, but 11/14 is 2. I'd probably go with a 5, 6, but we better figure it out. So we're going to list the multiples of 14. We start with a larger number and 6. Whoops, stuck. All right. So let's get started here with this 14. So 14 is a multiple of 14. 28. And then the next one we get to is 42. Okay. So now let's write the multiples of 6. So we have 6 is a multiple. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2, let's see, is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. And we just keep on going. 24. 30. 36. And finally, 42. 6 times 7 is 42. Okay, so let's go ahead and work this out now. So my common denominator is going to be 42. So what do I multiply this 6 by to get 42? I multiplied it by 7. So if I multiply the numerator by 7, I'm essentially multiplying 5 6 times 1. 7 sevenths is 1. And I get 35 42nds up here. What do I multiply by this 14 to get 42 by? I multiplied it by 3. 1, 2, 3. So I just do it for both. 3/3 is essentially 1. If I multiply a number by 1, I don't change its value. 33 45ths. So the 5 6 is a little bit larger than 11/14. Let's go ahead and move on. And here we're asking multiply 3/4 plus 4/8. So I'm going to find my common 8 and 4. And right away, first one, 8 is divisible by 4. So my least common multiple, or my least common denominator, is going to be 8. So I need to write 3/4 as something over 8. 3/4 equals something over 8. And then I need to multiply. What I multiply the 4 by to get 8? A 2. I multiply the 4 by 2 to get 8. I multiply the 3 by 2 as well. 2 halves is 1 whole. It's not going to change the value. 3 times 2 is 6/8. So 6/8 plus 2/8. Got to have the common denominator equals 8/8. And that, as you know, is equal to 1. Okay. All right, and that was A for the actual adding parts. And now let's take a look at this one. Uh-oh, we got some mixed numbers here. That's okay. Look, we already found our common denominator. It's going to be 8 because 8 is divisible by 4. So I'm just going to write this out as 1 and 5/8 plus 2 and something over 8. What do I multiply the 4 by to get 8? 2. So if I multiply the 4 by 2 to get 8, I also need to multiply the 3 by 2. 2 halves is equal to 1. 3 times 2 is 6. And what I get here, 1 plus 1 is 3. 6 plus 5 is 11. 8. Now, if I have a mixed numeral here, or an improper fraction, I can write this as 3. And 8/11 is really 1 and 3/8. So my final answer is going to be 4 and 3/8. All right, I think that should do it. So, I think we've done this, but if you do need more help, just let me know and we'll talk about it in class.